everybody. Just so you don't think I'm ignoring you or anything, I'm waiting for the room to populate, and I'm going to be going also using the clone feature on my computer. I'm going to be entering the room as another individual, and I'm waiting for the room to populate. The boys will be here shortly. I just wanted to get this live stream going real quick so that we can go ahead and do what needs to be done. Right now I'm going to go to my channel, and at the same time I'm going to go to CoverCat's channel and pick up this live stream so that I can see whether or not I'm in frame. Yep, I am in frame. Good to see you guys. Just give us a few minutes for the room to populate, and it's going to start here in about 9 o'clock, about another 15 minutes. And in the time being, you guys can ask questions and stuff like that. Please keep your questions down small, because this live chat right here is not very big here. And the reason I've got this here is so I can actually see the comments and questions. Hopefully they will not snap by too fast, and we'll just try and keep up at that point. I also know that you guys are not going to be able to hear me very well because I'm way over here and the camera's way up there. And I'm also entertaining the thought of bringing it down here, but then that would be too close, and then I would not be able to get everything else that you see back here in the background. You may also experience some buffering. I apologize for that ahead of time. Alright, if you guys will watch that clock up there, you will be able to know when the broadcast is going to start. I got this sign up here. May not be able to read it, but it says please stand by. Y'all just be patient and we'll get going as soon as the room gets populated. Gopher Rider, thank you for coming in. 10 more minutes on the clock here. And also to wait for the rest of the gang to arrive, and we'll get started. And yeah, the volume is a little bit low. I apologize for that, so I will be speaking up so that you can hear me. Got the volume turned down on my computer here so I don't get a feedback loop. But we're going to start here in about another 7 or 8 minutes. With or without everybody, I do want to get this, get some thoughts out before we actually. This is the Tango seats, of course. Just give it a few minutes, and if you're buffering or anything like that, let me know. Also, the video quality may be a little low as well. This is only a 13 megapixel camera on this phone, so just bear with me. We're going to get some tight shots here in a minute. I also know Matt hates cigarette smoke, so during this build, when we're doing this build out, we will not be smoking in the studio. Just bear with us. I know there's going to be more people in here, I hope. Some people are going to start trickling in here, hopefully shortly, but as soon as they start trickling in, we're going to get started. I got about 5 more minutes on the clock before everything gets started. I got to figure out where that feedback loop is coming from. Oh, I hear it now. Tonight's drink of choice, Coca-Cola. I switched to my vapor pen, Gopher Rider. This doesn't have that nasty cigarette smell. As a matter of fact, it kind of smells like strawberry milk. If I had to say anything, it tastes like strawberry milk too. standby sign down. Gopher Rider, I don't know if you know this or not, but this right here, this studio is smack dab in the middle of my living room. We do not have a house per se, we have a home-based business. I'll be giving you guys the tour after a while. Is the sound quality of my voice a little bit better? Yes, sir, that's right, we sure do. Almost 10 years ago, when I was in Summerdale, we had a $3,000 a month overhead. It was not easy to pay. But we had more business there too, because you know what they say, location, location. Better sound quality on my voice though? Okay, good. I hope the boys don't let me down. They're supposed to be here at 9 o'clock. My nephew and his brother, Richard and Trevor, they said they were coming, so. I might end up putting my camera in selfie mode so that I can see what I'm showing you guys when the time comes, when we start getting a little bit closer and we get the camera a little bit closer to show you what our intentions are on this build out. Yes, sir. Yeah. 4 more minutes. Well, 3 more minutes. Magic hour in about 2 more minutes. What are you doing, Tiggy? Meow. What? I already picked you up. I already fed you. What's up, Ian? How you doing? almost right next door. I'm glad you came in. Well, according to the cat clock, it is time. I want to thank you guys for coming in. What we're going to be talking about tonight is the plans for the Tango and the format for the seat layout. There are a couple of issues that I want to go over. I want to go over color. I think I mentioned that before. I want to go over style, and I want to go over some padding issues. Um, Most sports craft of any kind usually have what they call flanks and bolsters that are built up, which means that these level flat pieces right here would be turned up like this to basically hug you so that you don't go sloshing back and forth in the seat like this when you're turning. So that would be the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. I want to build up this area right here and continue that hump all the way back till it gets to here and start leveling out. So I want to build all this up. These two pulls right here are going to be relocated. I'm going to put these seams right here a little closer together, because with that hump there in the middle, it's going to change the dimensions and dynamics of this seat. Furthermore, we're going to do the same thing here, but we're going to lead into that. It's going to start out flat, and then it's going to come into a more of a dynamic hump. I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit closer here in a minute to show you exactly what I'm talking about. But right now, the center inserts are sticking out further than the very middle of this thing, which is completely wrong. It is my personal feeling that this was not done from the factory, but more often than not, I have been wrong. These seats may have never been recovered a day in their life. We don't know. But when I go off the stitch work and I look at this, I see inconsistencies in the waves and how close this top stitching is coming to itself this way. Which indicates to me that this was not done on a double needle sewing machine. Which is cool. I don't have a double needle sewing machine. So, I'm going to be able to get over that just as quickly as, just the next guy. Because if you'll look at the Deep Pockets Edition video that I've got, you can actually see where I rant about, in writing on the video, where I'm ranting about wanting to have a double needle sewing machine, but my eyes rolled at the cost of one of these things because they're about $5,000. And, well, we just don't have that kind of money around here. We're just, deep South Alabama, LA, lower Alabama. But anyway, right up here in the headrests, I want to put something on both headrests here. But I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do. Just somewhere in this region, I want to get rid of this right here, this seam right here, and I want to get rid of that seam right there. But if I do that, then the dynamics change ever so slightly in this, and it may not have a good perfect fit like it's got now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start here. We're going to put a hump or a sports hump right here. This feature right here up the middle is going to be changed, so the seat dynamics are going to be changed also. The other thing I wanted to talk about, as you guys are coming in, Simsquatch, I appreciate you coming in. So the other thing I want to talk about is everything right here is from side to side. This is a horizontal layout of the design, or what they call the seat style. Styling, dynamics, I'll get into that a little bit later. The dynamics is what I was talking about first, where we're going to take and make a little bit more of a rise right in here for the center hump and right in here. Because right now, the center right here and the center right here are sticking up higher than the middle here. So there's no support for cornering or anything like that. If you're going around the corner, even at 20 miles an hour, when you're going around like in a city environment, you're going around the city and you might take a right-hand turn, which is pretty sharp in something like this right here, but because it's got that stability in the front and that one wheel in the back, puts it more into a sport mode, which gives you the need to have something right here built up and something right here built up so that your back doesn't swing back and forth. So the dynamics are going to change. We're going to put a hump here and a hump here. We're also going to build this flank up right here, or this bolster, and we're going to build this bolster or flank right here. We're going to build it up. Styling. The styling on this seat, to me, and this is just me, the styling on this seat are completely wrong. 9 times out of 10, in this type of format, you would actually see this gray right here, followed by gray right here, by gray right here on the outside, and gray out here on the
If you take this phone from me, you gonna get me a new one because I'm gonna knock the hell out of you if I ain't doing it.
I ain't taking that phone from you. Stop.
He doesn't
Going
like,
live.
He doesn't like my phone. That's why he doesn't want it.
All right, guys. Sorry about that interruption. I went back to restart my phone. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Y'all let me know if we're back. Getting flashbacks from work. All right, y'all tell me if we're back. Good, 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 good. All right. Earlier I was talking about dynamics and the way this thing is set up and the styling. Let's get back with the styling. As I said before, these center inserts probably should have been gray, along with this whole region right here being gray, this being light gray. That would be more sporty and look like a normal seat, which these do not. Richard and Trevor made it, so they're here now. That's Trevor. That's Trevor. Richard's over here. He's back with us, and so anyway, got you back. Good to have you back, guys. I was actually hoping. Let me go ahead and restart this real quick. I was hoping that we'd get more people in here, but apparently it's just us guys. Yeah, an error occurred. Please try again later. Yep, I lost the stream, probably because the Wi-Fi is not on anymore. But that's cool. I'll go ahead and take the comments right here. I was wanting to, send a second presence into the room to clone and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and go over here and go back to, I'm going to take the tripod off the mount here and switch the camera around for a high resolution image. Okay, here's where we're at, guys. Aside from all the dust and everything that's on these things from being in Matt's shop over there, what we're dealing with, if I can get this thing to focus, there we go. All right, all this double top stitch right here, this right in here, and all up along here, if you guys can see all that. This is one of the things that told me that this was not done by a 2-needle machine. If you can see right here, see how close it is to the center seam there? It's, it is what it is. But anyway, the Tango, when it was built, I'm sure they had a budget for each machine that they built and everything like that. But long story short, let's get down. Let's get down here, lower the playing field here, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. This right here, this hump right here, is not really enough. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to build that up just a little bit higher. Okay, same thing over here. We're going to take these bolsters right here. We're going to raise them up and put some foam up underneath it and give it a higher profile. Same thing with everything back here. Now, the colors and everything that we're going to use are going to be a toss-up. We're not decided, we have not decided on what we're going to do with the colors and stuff like that. Black comes to mind. Trevor mentioned blue. I think we had talked about blue, black, and purple. But we do want to let the people know that we'd like to go ahead and get some input and see if you guys, maybe have a heads up on what color the, this thing sure is dirty. Is that better? Oh yeah, look at there. Okay, so anyway, we'd like some input on you guys, what you would like to see have done. I've got some, let me go get some blue thread and show you guys what we're dealing with. No, blue thread's not back there. Where's the blue thread?
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like a black, blue, and a silver.
Black, blue, and a silver?
Yeah.
Well, we gotta have some lupus colors in there, which would be purple.
Dude, hey. Purple? You can do,
Talk louder.
I'm thinking myself.
Oh.
Black, blue, and silver would actually look really
But
good.
it's like purple and
Well, why purple, dude?
purple for lupus.
Purple's for lupus.
Yeah.
And gold
Oh,
thread.
okay.
Gold thread for the embroidery.
Yeah.
Guys, what I'm doing is going to be putting the words right in here. KNOWLUPUS. No lupus. It's going to be right there. Okay? That's the plan for now. But as far as everything else goes, we're not really sure what we're going to do. Hey, Gopher Rider, thanks for coming back, man.
What? Here and there?
Just those two?
So I went to holding my camera. It was actually up there on the countertop, and it wasn't exactly working. What is the color for lupus? Official colors and logo? Purple. And I think the official logo for lupus, I'll have to look that up. I will definitely have to look that up because I would love to have that in there. Matt indicated that he wanted me to go ahead and put the Cover Cats symbol on here. What we might do is do that on the butterfly. Okay, well that's even better because I actually do have a butterfly image for just that. So we'll probably feature the butterfly in gold. We'll be using this gold thread. We'll be featuring that gold thread, and this is the better stuff because the other stuff that we have used of metallic actually chews up needles at an astonishing rate. You could do maybe 10,000 stitches and have to change your needle. It's that vicious and that rough on your needles. So anyway, let me get the computer off the table and make some room for get my drink off the table. Normally we don't have drinks on the table, and we're going to switch around. Gold and purple would be a good start. Yes sir, I agree. Alright, we're going to switch around and go forward again. Back to this right here. So we've already discussed, come on focus camera. So we have already discussed raising this hump, raising that hump already. We discussed that as well. And so then the next thing that we want to do is maybe use, let's see, where is my little China marker? Yeah, my China marker right here. So what we'll probably do is make this purple. Make this one purple. And continue it on up the headrest. Maybe do a band of black there, a band of black there, and then one full wrap of black on here. Some blue flanks and blue bolsters. Give it a more sporty look. Let me back this camera off so you guys can see what's going on. PURP for purple. PURP for purple. PURP for purple. And then I'm going to eliminate this seam. I'm also going to change the direction of this seam right here. We're going to bring it forward. We're going to come straight forward because, like I said before, we're going to take this and we're going to raise this flank up. Not as high as my hand was, but... And that'll be blue. But that seam will no longer be there. We're not gonna keep that seam. Same, going to be a repeat over there on the other side. Now let me catch your comments right. That sounds good. We'll hold you in. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Because you're driving down the road and you take a hard right turn or a hard left turn, and you don't have anything to hold you in place on that seat. You are basically going to go flopping around in the seat. And that's why sports cars have raised up flanks and bolsters, just for that very reason. So, anyway, now let me move over. Oh, by the way, this is the blue thread that we're going to be the decorative stitching in. This blue right here, just so you can see it. Yeah, me too, guys. I really want to see this thing come to life, and doing just what we're talking about doing is going to bring it to life in a wild way. Now, I'm not certain. We're going to switch back real quick again to the forward-facing camera, and let's look at these door panels. Now, I would say that because the top is curved a little bit more than the bottom is, but looking at it, you see that's got a curve to it? That tells me that's the top. Oh, we're going to talk about these right here too. These little guys right here. They're dead, they're tired, they're worn out, and we're going to replace them. We're going to replace them with these. We're going to use some epoxy adhesive to bond them to the back side of this, and we're also going to build up the padding here to give it a really, really nice look. We also, I didn't like the way this was right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to continue it, and then we're going to come out and we're going to exit right about there. So we're going to have a nice curve right here, going all the way back here to this part right here, to the back side of the door, with that double top stitching. And I think what we might do on this is use the maybe do something like yeah. That's funny. Use a fat Gopher Rider said I use a fat girl myself to hold me in my seat. That's funny as fuck. God damn, what is that smell? BB, was that you?
It's fucked up, bro.
Where is he?
It's fucked up, man.
He was over there. Golly, BB.
Fat fuck.
Jeez, man, was that you? Cat flatulence. Wow.
Fuck, dude.
Man, I don't know what to say about that.
Little bitch.
Woo. Hold on, here.
Best man shit ever. Yeah, hey.
That's some good stuff to have.
We're going back to the same design.
Not the way this is designed. We're going to be going. I do love my cats, but man, BB, he stinks.
Just fucking broke the wind, bro. And like, he bust his ass wide the fuck.
I
open.
know, my mouth was open on that shit. Oh God.
Like
Woo!
the one earlier, the one that he made me feel on my mama's grave about. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
What the fuck?
So glad I wasn't in here for that. I was in the bathroom, guys. So
Yeah.
glad I wasn't in here for that.
You're lucky. fuck.
Wow. Cat
To
flatulence.
be honest with you guys, it was bad.
That was horrible, BB.
Really
Shame
bad.
on you.
Fat fuck.
All right. Anyway.
Back to
Okay. So anyway, going back to my door panels, guys. So I think what we're going to do here is 2 colors. The taste of old fish. It says, go for right. It says the taste of old fish.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Oh my God, you.
Oh, Mark, how does old tuna taste?
I have no idea.
Cat's
Ask
ass,
BB.
bro.
He'll-
Straight up the cat's ass.
Like I said, my mouth was open on that one. That was horrible. Oh man. So yeah, I couldn't. I'm not able to equate that to anything at all. I just know it was a nasty smell. Whew. Woo. All right. All right. So let's get back to the thing at hand here. Anyway, I've already talked about these right here. These are made of plastic. They are replacements, but that's this is better than a TV show any day. All right, so all these guys are tired. You know, also the other thing that tells me that was the top of the door panel is that it's got one in here in the center, so it doesn't fall away from the door. But anyway, so this is how they trim these things out. The things that you don't see, the behind the scenes type things. And like I said, there is just a minor amount of padding here. Matt, you're not going to get that when we get it back to you. We're going to go with some of the. Go get the gray, or the get the pink.
Pink.
Get the pink stuff.
Yep, got you.
Hey, guys. Before you say anything, don't judge me. Pink is cool.
Hey, pink for breast
No,
cancer. That's
yeah,
awesome.
well, yeah, pink for breast cancer. Breast cancer awareness. All right. This is 1/2-inch sew foam, guys. We bond this to a lot of the stuff that we use. Let me back out and get a better angle at it. This stuff right here is 100%. It's something. It starts with poly something. Not. It's not polyethylene, but it's very close to that. But this is the the process that they use to do this. It's a chemical process, and they heat it up. So they put yeast in it, but it's a chemical yeast, and that's how they get it to to do that, to be like bread, like sandwich bread. But anyway,
Steak given, like sandwich.
yeah, yeah.
Like memory foam.
Doesn't yeah. Some of these foams that are available out there on the market, it's like memory foam. It's not. It doesn't have as much of a flex agent, or has more of a flex agent in it, so that it stays soft and supple. The less flex agent that you put in the foam, the less supple it's going to be, the firmer it's going to be. So this is automotive grade class material for that for that purpose. Now the headliner material that Trevor's bringing over here is going to be for some of the other small pieces and parts of this build out on the front skirt. So we'll have some of this headliner stuff right here that's going to be bonded to the foam and then sewn together. Then of course some of that beautiful blue thread right there for our top stitching. So we've got a lot of stuff on our plate for this build out. We do want you to know that our heart and soul is going to be going into this. It's just every bit of it. Yeah, what Trevor said. So everything's going to go into this just as much as we can possibly put into it. So
First of all, I'd like you guys to know that my aunt has lupus.
yeah, Trevor's aunt has lupus. And so, it is a daily struggle for his aunt. So, so if you guys know Matt, you know the kind of struggles he goes through. And, sometimes he doesn't feel like getting up out of bed, which is, extremely understandable.
She's my Uncle Kevin's wife. She's a little over 30 years old. She has lupus and didn't know it until about a year ago. And
Yeah.
it's a 30-year-old woman shouldn't weigh 87 pounds.
Yeah. Hey, this Christmas, guys, this year, we're going to be getting a float for the parade. Okay,
Yes.
it's not a float. It's just, a 2-axle trailer. And we're going to be putting our company out there for all of Robertsdale and Summerdale and Foley and all those people that are going to be gathering for the Robertsdale parade. They're going to see our float. And we, of course, are going to be demonstrating and floating or flying the lupus colors for lupus awareness. That's something that's really just taken a big hold into my heart. So,
Huge. Huge.
yeah, huge. And there's a lot of people that I know, and I say a lot. There's, 4 is a lot. So,
When it comes to
we're
lupus, 4 is a lot.
yeah, because everything that goes on in their world affects what goes on in your world, especially if they're close to you. So, anyway,
Knowing one's enough.
that is the color fuchsia. But you don't know what I'm talking about? Let me get it closer for you so you can see. Catch that right there. Now, if you guys haven't seen this before, I'm going to show it to you now.
That thing's what?
That
5-7 years old.
That right there was built almost 10 years ago when we were in the Summerdale location. And we built these bar stools for our customers to sit on while they were waiting on their headliner or waiting on their car to be detailed. Because we did that too for a long time. We did auto detailing and stuff for a great while and still do. But, most of our daily work and daily struggles that we go through are doing build outs just like this right here behind me for Matt. And most car interiors, most automotive interiors, a lot of convertible tops and bimini tops for boats. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. That red canvas over there in the corner is, right over there, is going to be for the bimini top build out on tomorrow's job, which my good friend Randy is going to be coming over, who also rebuilt my transmission. So when you know how to do things like we do here, then you can horse trade. And a $17,000 transmission all of a sudden becomes a $700 transmission with a little trade out and a bimini top for a boat and a few other favors here and there. So we're happy to horse trade at times when it doesn't hurt the company financially. But most of all, we are about the money. We are about the business. This is not about the money. It's not. Because, Matt does say, Matt agrees that a good workman is worthy his hire, of course. But we're not going to be getting into a whole lot of money on this job, okay? And I'll be calling Matt to tell him what we're going to be looking at for this particular job, and get his approval on it, of course, and see what he thinks. But that's the plans for the build out. I wanted to thank you guys for tuning in. This was a broken 1-hour broadcast, just under. You should shoot the top. Okay, tell me what you're talking about, guys. What should I shoot the top with?
The lupus symbol. The headrest. The center of the headrest. The lupus symbol.
Oh yeah, put the butterfly in the headrests themselves. I could probably get that butterfly pretty doggone big.
In the headrest.
I'm thinking about that. I'm so thinking about that. Yeah, we could do that. Put it on YouTube.
Thinks.
Oh yeah, we are on YouTube, guys. We are. Oh, you want to put the build on YouTube? Do you guys want to follow along as we're doing the build? Y'all let me know, because I actually thought about sending this back to Matt and let him do a grand reveal. You guys talk about it. I know he means record the install and upload it. Oh. Okay, yeah. That is entirely up to you guys and Matt. Butterfly with headrest 100%. Okay. I need a lot of feedback from you guys. Gopher Rider, if you guys are close to anybody else in Matt's circle of friends, please indicate to them that we need feedback as much as you can, because yeah, Miss Auto Alley, yeah, you guys give us some feedback. Tell me if you want to see the butterflies in the headrests. And then I know for a fact already that we're going to do something here on the side flank. Right here, right along here, where it's very readable. We're going to put no lupus. KNOWLUPUS. No lupus. So we've got a lot ahead of us on our work week. We're still doing a toy hauler right now. And as soon as the toy hauler is done, we're going to be doing a 55 Chevrolet. Then we're going to be doing a 45-foot Cabo. Actually, we're still in the middle of that job. Let me just correct myself. We are still in the middle of that job. But we're going to pick up the Cabo just as soon as we can. I don't know if that's pronounced Cabo or Cabo, but it's C-A-B-O, Cabo. And it is an older boat. It is a sport craft fishing boat that we're going to be doing some work on. And, we'll pick up that hat just as soon as we get done with this right here. It's not a pressing issue at this time. Sometimes my customers will call me back and say, you know what, some things have changed. I need you to bump up the progress on it, and so let's go ahead and get it done. We've had those scenarios here, but right now we don't have that scenario going on right now. I'd have to have you price out the MGA interior. You have a price instantly. That is a $2,500 interior, sir. So the MGA midget and all that series, the British cars and stuff like that, we are members of the MGA club. So yeah, that is a $2,500 interior, and that includes the cover. If you have a convertible top, that is billed out separately. All right, so we're pushing 55 minutes on this broadcast, and it was a broken broadcast, so I owe you guys a little bit more time on this. This was going to be a 1-hour episode. So, any questions or comments? Okay, I appreciate that, Gopher Rider. We have good plans.
What's up?
He says good plans, good price. Or let me bring up the comments one more time. He says show the comments. He says thanks for the live update and input. Very nice plans.
Thank you, sir.
So we got good plans on this moving forward. We've already storybooked it and made some definite things like our colors, which are going to be, purple in the middle, blue right here in the middle on the center right here, and blue on the bolsters and flanks. Can't wait to see the finished product. Yep. Us too. But this right here, I'm going to need some feedback from Matt to know if this is a casual build out or is he wanting me to hurry on it. Because if he wants me to hurry on it, then I can step up the progress and go ahead and get this stuff ordered. All the materials that we're going to be using for this build out will have to be ordered. It's not a big deal. We just got to get the stuff get the stuff going. But anyway. Let's see here. Nobody has seen the bottoms of these, and I want to show you guys how some of these things are put together. How about that? I know the MGA. There's a lot. He says, I'll let you know on the MGA. I have a good bunch of body work going on right now. Yes, sir. Yes, please do give us a call on it. I think he has a lot to do on getting a motor. Yeah, I agree. Let's get this thing flipped over. Show you guys how these things are put together. This is a lot like the aviation world. So I'm going to isolate my camera because it's only got one strip of Velcro holding it onto my tripod. All right, let me bring you in close. Let's do it this way so I get my big fat ugly mug out of the way. All right. In the industry for aviation, they will brush on adhesive. So when we go to take everything apart, we're going to have to peel it just like you see me peeling it right now. All that will have to be peeled back and then refitted to a certain height. Right there, you see that is a finished edge right there. So, and this right here, you guys know what this is for? This is for the heat shield, so that your buns don't get roasted while you're driving down the road. All right, now let's look at the lean back. Yeah, you wouldn't want to have roasted buns going down the road. Now, what was really cool about this whole thing, now y'all follow me on this now. Twin zippers, check it out. That's how this whole thing is put together. Which in fact does make life a little bit simpler, except for these right here. These tabs right here are just slightly in the way. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to duck the zipper up underneath it. Let me settle this tripod down just for a second. And see which way I can go forward. Yeah, I can go forward with it. All right, give me just a second. I'm going to go ahead and duck this zipper around this support right there. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I have taken the zipper and just ducked it up underneath this right here, and it goes all the way up the side to that point right there and stops. Okay? And then, ugh. There we go. All right. Might be surprising to know that they actually used sew foam on this as well. But this is 1/4 inch sew foam. It's not really a whole lot of padding. We'll go back with 1/4 inch. I don't have a problem with that on the back side, because these screws sticking out of the back side right here are what holds this whole thing into the Tango. So outside of that, let's just slightly deconstruct this real quick and show you, some of the internal workings, the behind the scenes things that nobody sees. I'm going to let Trevor be my cameraman here while we take this zipper and move it. See how that is split right there to allow for this right here? So just a couple of pop rivets holding that together right there. And then we take this whole thing right here and just peel it to a certain point, because we're dealing with a few other factors.
You got the no more and then on there.
Huh? He said no more and then?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, down inside here, if you can just imagine the shape of the letter T, okay? And then something sewn to that T, okay? Just like it is right here. Let's pull this out so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. There's your T. That goes through the foam here to create that profile. That's what you call a pull. Some of them are made of, I'm not going to say coat hangers, but some of them are made of wires, and you use hog rings like these right here. Bonus feature, guys. Bonus feature. Now, a lot of times, if you've got two pieces of wire, and let's just say on the back side of this seam right here, that you have a tail sticking out and that you're able to sleeve up a piece of wire inside that. On the bottom side, there's also another wire or a listing where you can go in and take this hog ring or many hog rings, place them in there like that right there. And while this is peeled up, you would take this and insert it into one wire and capture the other wire, clench this together like that, and it forms a ring. And that's what would hold a conventional seat together. This is not conventional. This is where creativity comes in, guys. Now, I think I mentioned, if you guys can just imagine the letter T, the pull has been sewn to a hard plastic. It's not a big deal, but that hard plastic has to be forced back through this crevice, back through that cavity. Now we're going to bring a little bit of this forward and show you just exactly how this seat is assembled in the real world. Now that pull stops somewhere because it can't go all the way up to this point right here. All right, if it did, it would be kind of almost impossible to get the seat to go together because you can see that this is rigid. It's not flexible. So, as a matter of fact, this is not plastic, guys. Revelation. If I had a penny for every hog ring, yeah.
Mom and I have cut out.
Check that out, guys. Maybe if you had a quarter for every hog ring, you'd probably have about maybe, I'd say $600 maybe. But yeah, anyway, that's what that looks like. This right here is probably the last thing that goes on. It gets sewn down and then tucked back down inside this. Now remember, we talked about actually building this flank up. What we're going to do is we're going to cut our foam on an angle, kind of like making a doorstop wedge, but it's going to be extruded lengthwise so that it goes all the way up to here, assumes the same profile, and then we'll take that side piece right here, that shoulder, which is this side piece right here where it zippers together, and we'll extend it. We'll make it a little bit longer to accommodate the rise in that ridge. All right, guys. We're right at 1 hour and 4 minutes on our broadcast. I want to thank you guys for coming in, especially Gopher Rider, who's been with us from the very beginning. Miss Otto Alley, I appreciate you coming in. And anybody else that watches the video, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and checking this video out. Just don't watch the video while you're on the toilet. It's gross. It's unethical.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, kind of weird. Oh, wait a minute. I watch videos on the toilet. Just don't watch this video on the toilet, okay? No, I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want to, guys. I'll get back with you. We will keep you abreast of everything that's going on with this. I've had so much fun with you guys. It's very insightful. Yes, sir. We will be giving a lot of attention to this build out. All right? Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, everyone.